Hello everyone, Randi here, and I finally got my hands on one of these things. I'm a huge fan of the Tomy products from the 80s, and this was like the best one. Well, almost the best one. There's an OmniBot 2000. This is just the OmniBot, but I finally got an OmniBot. I've been wanting one of these for 30-something years now, and I finally got one, and it's a broken one, and I have to fix it. But anyway, the OmniBot, and this is
Randi's Robot Refurbish.
So the first thing to do is put some batteries in these things, and let's check them out. This takes 4 AA batteries. Got some corrosion here on one of these terminals. Get some steel wool and try that out. Let's just see if it'll make connection. Powering on. Switch is kind of wonky, but it does stay on. I can make it stay on. Now, for him, originally this thing came with a lead rechargeable battery, a 6-volt battery that went inside here, and you plugged it in here to charge it. This one does not have that battery. So I've temporarily made this. This is the same kind of plug that it goes in. The polarity is correct, and I've got C's here making up 6 volts. So I put that in there, and I can plug that in. So that'll work for now. And it also needs 2 AA's up here. And once again, these are pretty corroded. For now, these batteries just go to the timer clock thing in here. So I don't really know if I need them right now just to see if this thing would do anything, powering it up, but I'm going to try anyway. Let's try that. Okay. And there's a fuse that was here. I've already checked it. The fuse is fine. Alright. So what happens when it gets turned on? A light comes on. I hear a speaker hiss. The lights in his eyes flash. See what this does. Okay, that should be on. No, nothing on the joystick. There's a remote. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2. Nope, don't hear anything coming out. And don't seem to be doing anything. Do not have a display up here, so I don't think those batteries are even making good connection. And right now I don't have a tape to go in there, but it's making some noise. Like that motor's trying to turn in there is what it sounds like, maybe. I guess it's time to open it up. Alright. Just like always, I like to start at the bottom. And just like Tomy always, there are some Phillips screws. Seems to be missing some screws, and I pulled out an odd screw here, and Tomy doesn't put out odd screws, so someone's been into this thing. So I can see right away that we have a whole drivetrain system that's totally separate and can be taken apart. The rubber tire treads on these wheels are gone, so I will be remaking those. So add that to the list. The gears look good. I don't see any problem with gears. So let's go inside. Now there are screws back here. Time to get inside here. Okay, the board looks good. I don't see anything jumping out at me that's gone crazy here. Looking at the batteries again here, I see a lot of problems. I see a lot of corrosion. Yeah, let me just get you closer and show you this. I'm taking all the parts off the back piece. To get the power from the main battery, there was these weird connectors. They popped up and then they allowed you to pull the wire out. And I guess you put the wire back in and you mash them back down and it crimps them again. I've never seen anything like that. If these other little ones work the exact same way, I can't get it to do it. If they even come out, I can't get them to come out, so I'm just holding off at this point, but those were kind of interesting. So we're down to this corrosion. Okay. I got to drying this off and I noticed that it is gone. The corrosion was just too much. Gonna have to replace that. I'm using alcohol to get some of the spots that I'm having a hard time cleaning up. Alright, now I'm going to see about getting this cassette player out of here. I think there's some problems with that. And separate this board and try to get to this piece here so I can clean it up. I think the idea is to start with this display. Here's an 8-ohm speaker and something else, either a microphone or a piezo buzzer maybe, I don't know. We'll find out. Just as I suspected, we have a belt issue. It's way stretched out. I think that's my tape problem though, so that's fixable. For some reason there's a wire here that stops from taking this belt off. It's soldered on right here. Yet I can't seem to get it to come out. There we go. There's the stretched out belt. I don't know where you get belts for these old tape players, but I have some various sizes of rubber bands that should work for a while at least. Let's try this one. That seems to do something. Put this wire back for whatever it does. It's So I have it semi-wired up here through the fuse and the batteries. And if I do that, I can turn it on. And if I push play, there's rewind, fast forward. Because play works, pause works, everything else works. Time to put the cover back on. I think the tape player is fixed for now. Go ahead and clean the heads while I'm here. I'm going to be trying to retrobrite all these pieces, so I'm going to be taking these arms apart now. I'm going to be redoing all the stickers on here, so I want to take them all off. So I'm using naphtha, which is camp fuel for your lanterns. Use a lot of it on a Q-tip. It won't hurt the plastic and it'll pull right off. These stickers are faded and scratched. And this is my bot, so I want it to look good. So I'm going to redo all of these stickers. So I'm trying this retro brighting, and I'm using this cream developer as per the 8-bit guy. And starting off, painting some of this developer onto some clear cling wrap, and then paint it. You can see there was a sticker right here. You can see just how much damage there is. It gets wrapped up. Now they go out in the sun, and the sun will do its magic. So now it's time to put the arms back together. So I scanned the original stickers, and in some imaging software, I recreated them. I then printed them out, and then used packing tape as a clear covering. And now, I'm going to cut them out. With this one, I didn't have a big enough piece of tape to cover the entire thing, and I didn't want a seam, so I opted for lacquer. And I sprayed several coats of lacquer across this thing. I normally don't promote specific products, but when it comes to spray adhesives, always use 3M. Everything else is garbage. Here at the switch, it's been rubbed down a lot. And when you turn it on and off, you have to get it just right. So I'm going to try to re-tin this whole thing. Placing the buttons back inside. Don't forget those. And then the power switch goes in. It has this little piece of metal that acts as the switch. The other one goes right here. The antenna. Time to install the tape deck. So I have to make the terminal that goes here that rotted away. I have a piece of brass here. And I found the best way to cut these. I've tried my bandsaw with a metal cutting blade. I've tried tin snips. Really and truly, a pair of good scissors works the best. It's a little hard, but it gives you the cleanest cut. And to round it off, I use some sandpaper and clean it up. So I've bent it into shape where it's going to go, and I've marked off my length. So what I need to do next is drill a hole for the rivet, and I need to drill a hole and make a raised impression as what the other ones are doing in here. Now I don't have a rivet, so I have to make one of those. I'm going to do it from a brass tube. Cut it down. Roll it up. And rivet the piece back into place. It's not pretty, but it works. Time to put back this fuse holder. There's nothing in the documentations that tell me what this thing is. I have a feeling it's a buzzer. Now it's time to add back these electrical ports. It's now time to focus on these tires. Here are the wheels for the bottom. These are just idlers, and this is a spinning one down here, but these supposed to have tire treads on them. And there's 4 of them. I have 3 here to show you. Here's what how they are. Completely rotted away. So now I get to make new one of these. This is how. The solution is to model the tires on my computer and 3D print them out, and now make a mold of it. First step is to glue this down to my wood. I don't need a lot. It just needs to stay there. Now I have a piece of foam board And I'm gonna make some cuts in it, not all the way through. Just that top layer of paper. And just take it down. Oh, about 3/4 of an inch maybe apart. Enough that it can do this. And it's a little tall. So I'm going to cut it down. Alright. Hot glue. Now I'll go along the bottom all the way around, squirt it into the little slots at the bottom to make sure that there's no leakage. Now I'm going to use a piece of clay to fill out the center and not waste so much silicone. Use a popsicle stick just to mash it down. Now it's time to pour the silicone, mix it up. So I've been trying to match the gray color of the wheels, and I haven't done a very good job because this pigment is very, very concentrated. So just a little bit goes a long way, and all I'm doing is a little bit. So all the tires have been a different shade of gray, but that's alright because they're just going to get dirty and you're not going to see them, and I'm not really trying all that hard in the first place. So you can see I did a pretty bad job of getting the colors right. But again, this uses a concentrated pigment, and I just takes such a little bit. In the future, since I have the mold, I will either try again and try to get the colors right, or I can just make them all black. That would be the easiest way, or just leave them as they are. We'll see. But for now, they have to go on. So this just pulls out just a rod. Take this and they'll fit on. Look at that. That's a thing of beauty right there. Do the other one. And they go back on the rod. Gears on the inside. Put them in the slot. And there they are. But let's look at this while it's out. Once you take this thing out, it only holds together with just this one screw. Nothing wrong with what's in here. I just want to show you what's in here. Yep, there it is. Just two little small motors fancy gearing here. That's what it is inside there. Everything in this one looks fine. There's no broken gears, no split gears, nothing. Everything checks out. So just wanted to show you that, so we'll put it back together. And when it goes back together, this part goes forward. So time to put him together and see how much he works. This rubber piece is about to go. It's a little rotten and will need to be replaced. It's broken over here, but it's good enough for now. I'm not going to worry about it. And I haven't decided how I'm going to fix this. I've been looking for some of this stuff online to replace it. I thought for sure I could find it. Well, I haven't. So I may have to make it. And I haven't decided if I want to do that and how do I want to do that just yet. So this will be a project for another time. Plug it in. Now you might have thought that putting this rubber band on here was a pretty dumb idea, and you'd be right on that. And now that it was all back together, I decided to take it back apart and put a real belt on there, and I've got an assorted belts that I found on eBay. They're dirt cheap, so might as well do this. Even though the rubber band sort of worked, this will be better. Alright, back together again. Well, there it is. I did it. A fully refurbished Tomy OmniBot. I've wanted one of these ever since I was a kid. It took me 35 years to finally get one, and I had to get a broken one and fix it. But I've got one. So let's have a look at it. You turn this on here. We'll switch it to RC. Turn this on. You can see fully works. Blah, blah, blah. Eyes are lighting up. Testing, testing. Okay, let's turn that down. Yep, that seems to work pretty well. So, let's try playing with this programming here. You push pause, record and play. And we'll see a setting here. We'll let up so it goes forward. It goes backwards. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. And we'll stop, rewind, and push play. Let's see what happens. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. him up for a test drive. Well, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you understand that my videos are really not about robots so much. Even though I love robots, it's about fixing anything. And I hope you learn some stuff on how to make things work again. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be a robot. It can be a game, whatever. These are just simple tricks. And I hope you can bring things back to life. It's a lot of fun. And so please, I'm going to keep doing this, so please subscribe, like, and share, and do all that fun stuff. And there you have it. Thank you.
Randy's Robot Refurbish.